Well, if I could talk to, yeah, my young self, like, probably just before, because I was always heavily into video games, so I guess it would be just before, I started really getting into them, and I didn't know where I was going in my life, and when I was dropping out of college and stuff like that, I would say, "Hey, buddy, you can have anything you want in this life. You you can become a freaking world beater. You can start any company, you can do anything you want. Like this is the ultimate playground. This is real life. And what you'll feel here is so much better than anything you can get from those games. It's so much more rewarding. Learning who you are as a person and disciplining yourself and um becoming someone that other people can rely on. It's the way to act, and I would just kind of teach myself all those lessons that took me years to learn in a very hard way. And I guess where the meaning comes from, um, the meaning comes from seeing my grandfather cry. That's one moment that I really remember. I used to have pretty long hair, like super long. And when I got into this university here, I was going to different schools around the area, the University of Michigan, because community college is cheaper. Then I transferred, and when I transferred, I got like my first, research position. That's when I cut my hair and kind of became more serious. And my grandfather cried at that, and that's how like, those types of emotions are just so much better. I think it's just so much more attached to, like, who I truly am and, like, feeling that kinda love in my heart, that's much more meaningful than being the best Lee Sin player in the world. It doesn't even compare. It just doesn't even make any sense. Maybe I could have made a lot of money playing video games. That could have been pretty cool, but even then, um, what I liked about streaming, so again, streaming would be me playing games and talking to people, is that I could talk to other people who are playing games and then make them happy and then
Yeah.
try to help them out. That's I love doing that. That's why I loved being a streamer and entertaining people. And now I'm kind of just doing that full time. I'm not trying to pursue like the meaningless stuff. I'm trying to fill my life is full of purpose where, it's very hard. Obviously, everyone messes up where you watch some stupid videos or waste some time here or maybe say the wrong words to somebody at a time. You're human, you try to live the best you can. But throwing as much meaning as I can into my life as possible um has been the most fulfilling um thing that I've learned how to do. And I guess I guess the most important thing would be kind of connections with other people and how I could improve my life and other people's lives around me. I know, like, even my family says I gotta worry about myself a lot, or at least just, like, worry about myself first. But, I find the most meaningful things would be if I'm able to create these treatments here that actually changes somebody's life. Like, I know my mother suffered a lot from depression, and it affected, my childhood and my sisters and even my father. And if I'm able to, um, since I had that kind of experience, that's what I know is meaningful to me. Maybe other people have dealt with other things in their life, and they can find, meaning is an individual thing. Meaning is something that you make. Like, my friend had a bad experience with a teacher and then he wants to become a teacher, and it's whatever you find at the core of your being. It's really figuring out that whatever pain you have or whatever who you are as a person and bringing that out as much as you can into the world. It's the most fulfilling thing. And like I said, if I'm able to make these treatments and change a mother's life or change a son's life that ends up changing their family dynamic where they get to love each other more and feel closer, I what I can't possibly, with all of my intelligence and rationale, all of, any way that I could think about it, there's nothing more important to me than doing that in my life, for me personally. So that's what I try to, fully live. That's what I try to every day wake up and try to fully do with every ounce of time I have on this earth. And that's if that kinda hopefully that kinda sums up as much,
Mhm.
not that like I'm a super meaning junkie or anything like that. Like I said, people fail, but that's that's when I find the ability to